afternoon, evening, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, how the hell are you? Well, good. So am I. By the way, I was just thinking about this a couple of days ago, matter of fact, before we get into anything. Oh, by the way, my name is Jon Ouillette. Oh, by the way, I think we've said that 4 times already. So it's a drinking game, boys and girls. If you're at home and you're listening or watching this, every time I say, by the way, take a big stiff drink of Jack Daniels, and by the time I'm done, you'll be, happy. Very, very happy, which, I wish I was. A couple days ago, I was on the YouTube, where some of you are right this very moment, because I saw 7 of you looked at my fabulous 14-minute dissertation yesterday. Thank you very much. Would you please, you 7, get 7 more to look at this and have them like and subscribe? Like and subscribe, like and subscribe. We're going to say that a bunch today. Another drinking game, kids. Another drinking game. So a couple days ago, I got a stray hair up my fenêtre, that's French, and went to the YouTube and put in lowercase now, manstorebh, manstorebh, and what should appear in front of me but me. But it was a younger me. It was a 12 years, something like that. Me. And I should have done this. See, this is not professional what I'm doing right now. For you buzz sprouters, I'm frantically looking for a piece of paper to write this down so that you non-buzz sprouters can actually see it, and then you can figure it out. But I will write it out loud so that you buzz sprouters, who are very, very intelligent people, can actually get this. So it's lowercase. It's manstorebh. And then I underline it, and then I show it to the camera. Except it's, of course, backwards. So you can't really, it's no good. manstorebh. I don't even know, maybe if I want it this way? No? Yes. You can see it through the paper. Isn't that something? You can see it through the paper. manstorebh. If you go on that in the YouTube, you will see me and the Man Store. And I must give a shout out. She's probably never going to see this, and she's never going to hear about it. But Nicole Ouillette in Bar Harbor, Maine, who is wonderful and fabulous and has her own company. And it just, for God's sakes, it just escapes me right at this very second. And I wish I could remember it. But she was my videographer through all those, and she was absolutely a hoot and a holler, and she was fabulous. And I miss doing those with her because she came up with these great ideas. And what would basically happen, it's actually kind of the way I do this, is she would come in and go, John, today we should talk about. And it could be anything from my extensive hardware display, which was 2 items, or it could be beer, or it could be cigars, or it could be my caps. We did one on my caps. We did one on tailgating. We did one on the best things to do in Bar Harbor. We did things, crazy ones like preparing for college, and I just gave all kinds of crazy nonsense. We talked about growing old gracefully. We talked about all kinds of other stuff. So Old Guys Rule shirts, I used to sell those, so we talked about those. And it was just fun. It was lots of fun. She would come in, she would say, we're going to do beer today. And I would go, okay, give me a minute. And I would stand there for about 1 minute, and I'd look at where my beer stuff was and my beer supply and whatever. And then I would go, okay, let's go. And I can tell you that we always did it in one take. We never did another take. We never stopped and started. We just went right through it. And, of course, there are a couple screw-ups hither and there and yawn and whatever. But we just roared through it, and so much fun. And I'm kind of thinking if I just keep talking, I will remember the company that she has in Bar Harbor. But all you Bar Harborians that are listening to this, just make a note on my either YouTube or my Buzzsprout page of what her company is, because it goes right out of my head right now. I can't believe it. Anyway, Nicole, love you, darling. And thank you for so much fun during those times when we actually thought we might have made a go of it, but it was not to be. Anyway, manstorebh. Go to manstorebh on YouTube, and you will see me doing like, oh God, I think we did like 30 or 40 of them. And it was fun. Oh, I had so much fun. And we did some outrageous stuff, and it was good. It was a lot of fun to do. Anyway, that was just on the top of my head, and I just wanted to make sure you guys knew about it so that you could go and see it. And I don't have it all set up like this one, where if I get, all kinds of subscribers, I win a massive prize and they buy me a new car and crap like that. It's just one of those deals where, you might find it interesting looking at me right now. There I look right now. See, that's a Vanna. It's a reverse Vanna right there. I'm basically, Buzzsprouters, I have my hands backwards. You can see my nails, and I'm rubbing them along the side of my face to do a reverse Vanna. So today, we're going to chat about a couple things. And this, I don't know why it bothered me so much, but I was watching the PGA Championship, and I was noticing that there were quite a few less spectators than there have been. And I noticed that there was quite less of, how could I put it? There was not much chatter about it, about the PGA Championship, either online or, in places that you would see it, like CBS Sports, NBC Sports, ESPN. It wasn't that big a deal. And I figured out why. And I will give you 2 examples of why. If you watch golf, you'll know instantly what I'm talking about. Scottie Scheffler is a very, very talented man. Very, very talented man. Probably one of the most talented golfers you'll ever see. He's also as boring as dishwater. Scottie Scheffler and a rock sitting in the pavement anywhere in the United States, it's a tie in terms of personality. There's nothing there. Nothing. Zippy. Nada. He's brilliant with a club in his hand, and then forget it. He seems to forget, and I will talk about a golfer who reminds me of the ones I'm going to mention, but he forgets that people are watching. So he makes a 45-foot bomb for birdie, and it's like, oh, well, I didn't poop my pants. Isn't that great? And it just, no register, no nothing, no expression, it's so dull, so deadly dull. It's sad to watch how incredibly boring he is. Second one is the latest winner of the PGA Championship, Xander Schauffele. If Scottie Scheffler is boring as dishwater, Xander Schauffele is, I'm thinking discarded snakeskin has more personality than Xander Schauffele. I'm thinking. A tire that exploded on I-95 from an 18-wheel truck and skidded over to the side, just that massive tire you saw, that has more personality than Xander Schauffele. Nothing. When he won the PGA Championship, mind you, let me repeat that one more time, just in case. This is one of the 4 majors. He has not won a major ever. This was his first. He smiled, raised his arms, and there you go. And that was it. And then he quickly stopped smiling and then trudged back to the tent where he had to sign his scorecard, so he had to be in the zone for that. It's just dull. Just dull, boring, dull. Dull as dishwater dull. Now, I grew up in a time of Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus and Champagne Tony Lima and Gary Player and Lee Trevino and even Tom Watson. Tom Watson was accused of being dull, but he looks like Santa Claus. He looks like a drunk Santa Claus at a Christmas party compared to Xander Schauffele and Scottie Scheffler. That's how dull these two are. And Tom Watson was known for being a little, but no, not even close. There are all kinds of other golfers. You go back, Greg Norman is another one. You know, flamboyant. They were entertainers. Tiger Woods recently. My God, Tiger Woods. The reason people follow Tiger Woods is because he let it all hang out. You knew exactly what he was thinking. He had his heart on his sleeve. If he hit a bad shot, he said, "Excuse me, kids, I'm about to swear. God damn it." And he would do it on national television. And then everybody would have to apologize. "Oh, we apologize for Tiger's language there, folks." And, you know, he got a little upset with that shot, and we humbly apologize. And then he'd say it again at some point. So, made no difference. And then when he hit a putt, he would lose his mind. And they gave a great example in the 2000 PGA Championship. He was in a playoff with Bob May on the 16th hole. He had about a 20-footer. He hit it, and about halfway through, he starts walking after it with his finger pointed. Holy cow. What a great moment. They have shown that thing 5,000 times because Tiger realized, I'm an entertainer. I'm an entertainer, and being an entertainer, I'm going to make a lot more money even if I come in second in the PGA Championship because people are going to remember me walking after that ball going into the hole. They don't do that on the PGA anymore. They are boring. Boring, boring, boring. It was almost painful watching the PGA Championship except for one guy. One guy only. Everybody else, you might as well just call them, you know, Dave and send them on their way and let them hit golf balls and whatever. Bryson DeChambeau is an entertainer. Look him up. If you don't know who Bryson DeChambeau is, he hits the ball like 400 yards. Big muscular guy, but he gets it. He gets it. Yes, he's a professional golfer. Yes, he has to stand there and chip and putt and do all this stuff that you have to do to prepare to become a great golfer, but he gets it. He's an entertainer. He actually thinks to himself, what am I going to do when this bomb goes in to the cup? When he hit his eagle chip on 18 in the third round, people lost their minds. Why did they lose their minds? Because Bryson lost his mind. That's why. Bryson acted like you and I. If we chipped in for an eagle on any hole, we'd jump around, do a dance, lose our flipping minds. All these other golfers are like, oh, yeah. Well, did I piss myself? No, let me check. No, okay, I didn't piss myself. Yeah, that's the way they act. But Bryson gets it. Bryson is an entertainer. Bryson made a lot of new fans, including myself, because he had gone to the other golf league, the LIV league. He'd gone over there, and I was like, MFer. But he made a new follower of me on Sunday because he, first of all, shot the round of the day. Second of all, he was entertaining as hell. It was so much fun to watch him play a round of golf. It's just, I can't even begin to describe it. And most of you will say, watching golf is like watching paint dry. Unless you have Bryson DeChambeau out there, in which case you go, holy cow, what is he going to do next? That's what I miss in golf. That's what we miss in golf. That's why golf's ratings are going in the toilet. That's why people aren't going out to seek golf, because the golfers are boring, dull, lifeless, listless. They're terrible. They're just terrible. The great late Payne Stewart. Everybody remembers the great late Payne Stewart. He wore +4s, he wore knickers, he had a little cap, but everybody remembers when he hit his 72nd birdie putt to win the U.S. Open. He gave that little, I'm trying to put my arm out, it's like almost in the air. Like they've got a statue of him, I think, at PGA headquarters. That was, he had a little something. I mean, he acted like we would. It's just, golfers are ridiculous. Oh, and by the way, LPGA, reason the LPGA has been not good. Let's put it that way, not good. Now, I understand that they have some players that are from America now, but everybody was winning. They were born in Japan, they were born in Korea, they were born in, I don't know, China, I believe. Tough for Americans to get behind them. It is. I mean, I'm not trying to talk out of school. They're brilliant. They are brilliant golfers. Every woman, anybody on a tour is a brilliant golfer. Let's face it, compared to me, holy cow. But it's tough to get behind someone who you can't pronounce their name. And I'm not being, whatever you want to think. It's just the deal. That's just the reason that the LPGA has been sinking, because there are no more Mickey Wrights, there are no more Betsy Kings, there are no more Kathy Whitworths, there are no more Meg Mallons, there are no more there are not even no Michelle Wie. Michelle Wie disappeared off the face of the earth. She hasn't. I think she's retired or whatever. That's the last one I remember, and I'm a casual fan. I love golf, but man, the LPGA has just gone away. It's just not even. It's not even, I remember when the LPGA used to have contracts with NBC, CBS, ABC. The U.S. Women's Open would be on, the Dinah Shore would be on TV. You don't see that anymore unless it's on the Golf Channel. And, if it's on the Golf Channel, only the diehards are watching. Only the diehards. Okay, we've talked about golf for enough. And, I've made my point for 13 minutes that it's, it needs some help. Golf needs some help. Here's something I wanted to chat with you guys about, and I'd really like some input here. So, I've lived a few places in my life, and one of those places is Arizona. And the sound that you hear, by the way, is my cat doing something. I'm not going to tell you exactly what, but I'll know in a few minutes, or a few seconds, I should say, what the cat is doing. And that's the sound that you just heard. So, I wanted to share that with you because I knew you wanted to hear about it. Yeah. Cat taking a dump. He just thought, oh, I'm so happy I got on this podcast, videocast. He's talking about his cat pooping. So anyway, I've lived a whole bunch of places. I lived in Phoenix for about 7 years, and realistically, honestly, except for Facebook, I keep track of no one. No one. 7 years. I lived in Maine for 14 years. My wife and I have gone on cruises with folks from Maine. We've had folks from Maine come down and visit us. We keep track and talk outside of Facebook to folks from Maine. And there are other people from Maine who will be visiting us. That's 14 years. I spent most of my life in the great Commonwealth of Virginia. And one visit in 2 years. One visit in 2 years. Don't really hear from anybody. I've tried, off and on, to keep in touch. Matter of fact, truth be known, I was looking at myself. Did you notice that? I shouldn't have been looking at myself. I was looking, but I forgot that the blue light is on and I should be looking at the blue light, meaning you. That's our you. Devil you. But I wasn't. I was looking at me, and I thought, wow, that's a very strange look. So anyway, nobody's come down. Nobody's visited. Nobody, I know where was going with this. I know. It came to me as if in a vision. I'm going up there, and I'm going to bring all my stuff here so we can actually do podcasts from up there. This will be the June 12th through the 17th, in case you're keeping track at home of my whereabouts and goings on. But I'm going up there for the 12th to the 17th, and I'm beginning to wonder why. I kind of know why. I mean, I know it's crazy, because it is, but my mom and dad are buried at Arlington National Cemetery, and I want to visit them. I want to see D.C. again, because I haven't seen it in a long time. I want to walk around and do touristy things. I want to see Alexandria again, because Old Town Alexandria has grown and blossomed, and I really want to walk around King Street and all those other places and just, kind of reminisce. Go down to the waterfront, check it out. I want to go driving around, see George Mason University, because George Mason University was not George Mason University when I went. When I went to George Mason University, it was 4 buildings, kind of in a quadrangle, and then we meaning the business department, was in an old high school, Paul VI, I believe it was, Paul VI High School on Route 50. I think it was Route 50. And that's where I went for 4 years. I went to an old high school, 4 years for college. So now George Mason University is George Mason University. I did quote things, buzzsprouters, with my hands. And it's, nationally known and got senators and congressmen and whatever, and, ex-presidents chatting there and what have you. And no, that didn't happen when I was going there. No. There were 4 buildings, and now there's a whole bunch more buildings and a field house and an arena and blah, blah, blah. Not when I was there. So I want to go there, walk around, see what's up. I want to see Bishop Barton High School, even though I hated it. I hated all 4 years of Bishop Barton High School, but I just want to see it. Just want to go by. Few restaurants I want to go see. Milano's in Springfield. I always like going to breakfast there because I went there to breakfast so many dozens of times, and it always was good. And I was always close to the house where I lived in Springfield. And probably drive out to the stadium, to FedEx Field. Just check it out. My point in all this is that I found out yesterday that for, I don't know, the 40th time, maybe 30th time, my wife and I weren't invited to go on a cruise with folks that have been my friends for 40 plus years. Not an offer. Not a, hey, what are you doing? Hey, we're doing this. Would you like to join us? Nothing. I have never gotten an invitation to go on a cruise with any of those folks. Not one. Not one. Now, that shouldn't bother me, but it does. Because we've got friends from Maine, way up the tippy top of the eastern coast, who have come down to Florida with the express intention of going on cruises with us. Oh, by the way, cruises generally go out of where? That's right, Miami and Fort Lauderdale. Just in case you all are curious, boys and girls, Fort Lauderdale's about 3 hours from us, and Miami's about 3.5. 3 hours 45, maybe. Not a word. Not a word, not a sentence, not a statement, not a nothing. So to say that I'm a little upset is probably an understatement. And there's really never been an explanation. I think I know the explanation. I think I know why I've been dissed all these years. I think I know. I don't want to say it out loud, but I think I know. So I'm now trying to decide what I'm going to do on my trip to DC. It was going to be basically a trip to see my friends. I was going to travel. Let's start at the very beginning. I was going to travel up to DC to see my friends. My friends have not, in the 2 years I've been here, traveled down to Florida to see me, even though they've gone on cruises, even though there's a train that runs from Orlando, which is only an hour away, to either Fort Lauderdale or Miami. Could have met in Orlando. Not a challenge. Pretty easy to do. It's right down Route 4. Nope, didn't do it. So, we'll be thinking about this in the next few weeks and figuring out what we want to do. But I think I'm speaking to a party of one in this rant, this tirade, whatever you want to call it. I think there's one person that'll be watching this, and I'll probably get my answer. And I think I know the answer, but I'll get my answer and I'll just move on. But it just bothers me, as I think it would you if you were friends with people for 20, 30, 40 years and they knew that you actually liked to do whatever event it was, whether it's getting together for an all-guys golf tournament or getting together and going to, I don't know, Disney World or Disneyland or, you know, going to a music festival or going to New Orleans or, you know, and you don't get the invitation. And you're like, why did I get the invitation? So, I wanted to cover that. Oh my word, we've covered 26 minutes of stuff. I wonder if I should do another 4. I'll probably have stuff to do tomorrow. But I'm noticing that I think I'll have just enough time to get this out to you guys so that you'll be surprised and you'll think, oh my God, he actually is going to do this every day. And it's actually been cool, too. By the way, my hair is, you buzzsprouters can't see it, but my hair is all fluffy. I've been trying to debate whether or not I should get a haircut, but I haven't gotten one yet. Don't know whether I'll get one for going to D.C. because, you know, I'm a long-haired hippie boy and my friends, such as Sarah, don't have long hair. So, what the hell? Anyway, oh, you might have noticed, because I didn't do it the last time, that I didn't mention Demi Bennett, or Christy Salters Martin, because I have yet to put those videos together and put them on all the various places I want to put them on so that they would see them and go, holy cow, boy, would it be so much fun to talk to him. At least that's what I hope they would do, particularly with the head bob, because I can imagine both of them doing that type of thing. So anyway, yeah, we'll get that together and hopefully get that out. In the meantime, happy, what is today? Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday. How cool is that? Happy Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Please, I really do ask you guys, if you know anybody at all, and you think they might find me a hoot and holler and want to share any of this, we're going to cover a lot of other stuff this week. I know we're going to talk politics. I know we're going to talk the trial because, gosh almighty, it's just, you know, I'm you all know where I stand, but I'm like, you know, come on. The world is not going to end. The world is not going to shift on its axis, no matter what the verdict becomes, unfortunately. But anyway, we'll talk about that later on in the week. In the meantime, have a great Tuesday evening. Have a great Wednesday morning. I probably will be out about Wednesday morning, but I should be back here Wednesday afternoon to do another one of these. Yay! I hope you have a wonderful day, which I've said, another drinking game. How many times are you going to wish us a nice day? Drink. Have a good one. Bye.